What is going on, YouTube? I got a very exciting video for you guys today. The truth of what really happened to Road to D1 Troy Hornbeck, man. A lot of you guys have a lot of questions and want to know a lot of things about Troy and his journey here at OTE. At the end of this video, I will be live asking Troy a few questions about OTE and his thoughts on some things and, you know, what his experience was like. So if you guys want to hear those answers and what Troy has to say, it's going to be at the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So to start off, man, before Troy came to the team, we were actually already like 3 to 4 months in, already practicing together, already playing together, already having games together, stuff like that. So basically OTE hosted a dream tryout that was for high-level players that weren't selected to play OTE but had a chance to win the dream tryout, be put on one of the OTE teams. So all the OTE coaches were required to go to it, meaning my coach had to be there. He brought us in after practice and he was like, look guys, I love the team we have right now. I have to go to this dream tryout. It's not my choice, but I won't be coming back with anybody. You know, I really like the team we have and I'm really excited about the season. You know, so he was going to the dream tryout fully, you know, not thinking he was gonna come home with anybody, right? He was just like, I'm just gonna go there, check it out, come back and get back to work. So when he went to the dream tryout, you know, he's watching everybody, whatever. Troy Hornbeck is there. Most of you guys know him as Road to D1. So he's there, man, working hard, obviously, performing in front of the coaches. It comes down to the end of the tryout and Troy was not selected as the winner, but the winner ended up going to the Cold Hearts. And he's on the Cold Hearts now. But basically my coach ended up seeing Troy's work ethic and, you know, kind of pulled him to the side and he was like, yo, you know, I see how hard you're working and we have a spot for you on the Doves. You know, the team's pretty full this year and you probably won't get a lot of playing time, but you know, we'd love to have you on the team and, you know, we think you can bring a good energy and a good vibe and hard work, you know, to the court and really up your game. We have a great facility out in Arizona. So end of the story, Troy ends up getting recruited to come out to play for the Diamond Doves. You know, he took a couple weeks to talk with his family. Next thing we know, we're at practice and he's like, you know, I'm bringing in Troy Hornbeck, man. You know, I think everybody on the team was kind of like, what? Like, I thought we were set, you know, like, I know I personally was like, you know, that's a little weird, you know, like I didn't really know anything about Troy, honestly. You know, I had seen some of his Road to D1 videos. I saw that he was at the tryout and stuff like that, but I was kind of like, you know, like, do we need another player? You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not like hating or anything. I'm just like, all right, bet. So he ends up coming out. We all met with Troy one day. My first impressions on him, super cool kid. You know, he was pretty quiet. I didn't really get too many chances to talk to him. But when I did, you know, he was just quiet, shy. Nice kid, man. So as I started playing with him, man, as he started practicing, the competition level of OTE and the guys that are on our team are just like, you know, these guys are going high level D1. And Troy was coming in as just a normal high school kid whose goal was to play D1 any level. You know, obviously the competition level was a little different. The size was different. But, you know, over time, he was steadily, like, working up to it for sure. So we played some preseason games, man, against some of the teams that we were kind of blowing out. You know, Troy would get a chance. And he actually ended up playing really well in a few games that we had. Most of the time, it is really hard to come in at the end of the game and just hit a few shots in front of everyone, you know, while you've been sitting on the bench the whole time. Definitely hard and that's a side that a lot of people don't understand. You know, they're just like, oh, Troy's not good because he didn't make shots when he came. No, it's hard to sit on the bench the whole game and just be expected to make shots at the end. But he did get a couple chances to play. We played a JUCO one time and they went zone, so we were like, you know what, let's just get Troy in and just let him shoot. You know, like, let's just give him this game, let him shoot. He ended up scoring like 17 points. You know, he hit a bunch of threes. So I think that was great for his confidence, you know, moving forward, moving closer to his goal. And, you know, it showed him that, you know what, like, he can play with these guys. So boom, some time passes, right? You know, we've been going hard in practice, but it's time for our official first trip of the preseason to Canada. So yeah, we get out there, you know, totally different country. They walk us into this school where we were gonna play. It was called Edge Prep. It's basically like an all-sports school, all-sports high school. You know, we go in and there's just kids everywhere, man, and they're looking at us, you know, like we're celebrities and all this, and it's like, yeah, you know, like we're all going D1, we play OT, whatever. Bro, all the attention was on Troy. Every kid in there was screaming Troy's name. You know, Troy, as we're walking down the hallway, everybody was looking around like, yo, like, is this for real? Like, that was our first time ever basically going anywhere with Troy. So that was just wild, like, to see. I was not expecting that at all, especially being in a totally different country. You know, everybody knew who Troy was. Everybody knew what Road to D1 was. So that was insane. We're in our team shoot around. We got to shoot around on the court, you know, before we played any of the games there. So we had practice. It was just like an empty gym practice, you know, whatever. There's kids like watching through the windows, just trying to see Troy. and there was kids, they ended up coming in the gym. My coach was like, you know, like a couple of them are fine to come in, whatever. So they come in, they're watching. We were just like running through plays, right? So we would be like running through plays, and like when Troy touched the ball, everybody just cheered. It would just be like quiet, quiet, everybody's passing Troy. Oh, like it was crazy. It just showed like how much aura he really has, man. Anyways, first game in Canada comes around, you know, Troy didn't end up playing until like, I think he got in probably like 8 minutes left. We were blowing this team out pretty good. It was like a 30-point game. Troy ends up coming in, you know, the place is going crazy. But he comes in. I actually got him his first shot, came off a screen. He popped to the top of the key. I'll put the clip in here right now. Popped to the top, threw it to him. He knocked down the three. The place went crazy. Everybody's cheering. You know, I bet that was really cool for him. It was even cool for me and the other guys on the team to, you know, see him get to do that. You know, I thought that was awesome. And, you know, just the whole rest of the trip was just wild. Everybody in Canada, pretty much everywhere we went, even outside the school, people knew who he was. We go to the mall, you know, he knew who he was. So that was really my first time just being like, okay, whoa, like this dude is famous. So anyways, Troy had to move from New York to Arizona. So literally across the whole country to live in a team house. I don't think he showed you guys a lot of the team house at all. It was something he definitely kept kind of secret, but he lived in a house with 12 other players on the team. Everybody in there living together. Obviously can probably get pretty chaotic, but he's younger than everybody. You know, he's 16 years old. Everybody in there is 18, 19, even some 20-year-olds. 5-star players, you know, so obviously it's just a different environment for him. Coming from New York, living with his family, you know, to having to move all the way across country, all of a sudden he's living with a bunch of other teammates that he's not used to, that already know each other. All the way in Arizona as a 16-year-old, you know, it's definitely not an easy adjustment to make. Obviously, every other kid has to go through this too, you know what I mean? At least they got to, you know, get to know each other a little bit more time than Troy did. He kind of had to come in when everybody already had the bond. So yeah, I mean, that definitely just makes it harder. But anyways, through our practices, so a lot of people think like when the games came around that Troy just didn't play. All right, they're just like, Troy wasn't good at all, and you know, he didn't get in. Coach won't play him. You know, it's coach's fault. Coach won't play him. The Diamond Doves ruined Troy, and you know, they won't play him and put Troy in, all this stuff, right? So Troy actually got a lot of opportunities, like in practice, you know, he got to play a lot, and, you know, he was practicing with us every day, every play, you know, he was getting to run them all. He was doing all the same stuff we were doing. He struggled with a lot of injuries. He would be playing, and like, you know, in practice and everything like that, he was on just like the second five, you know, playing and whatever. Just the fact of him, you know, getting hurt, you know, he hurt his wrist, he hurt his groin, you know, he just had a few different things just happened to come up. You know, we're working hard. It's a lot of running and a lot of just work, so it's hard on your body. It's not that he wasn't just playing, but the injuries definitely made it hard, because then he was forced to sit out of practice, you know. Then by the time he's coming back, then we're going on a trip, and it's like, it's hard for him to play because he just sat out of practice for a week because of his wrist, you know, or whatever had happened. So it's tough on coach, it's tough on Troy, you know, to get in the game, you know what I mean? Overall, you know, off the court, personality-wise, if you guys ever meet Troy, you know, he's gonna be super nice kid. You know, he's quiet, he's cool, he's fun to be around, man. I actually got to be his roommate in a few trips to Atlanta. You know, super cool dude. You know, we had some good talks, some funny conversations, man. You know, he's a good kid. Dude's a genius, you know, when it comes to content. You know, he knows what he's doing, and you know, he provides definitely amazing videos for you guys, and I know you guys really enjoy them. So definitely keep supporting my boy. Now, you know, it's time to hear from Troy himself. So, you know, we got a few questions lined up for my boy. So we're gonna see what his answers are, and you know, what he has to say about everything. So here we go. Troy, my boy, man, great to have you on the video. I know me and you've been talking about this video for a minute now. But me and the people got a lot of questions for you, bro. So, you know, let's just jump straight into it. First question for you is, overall, what are your feelings on the entire season, and how did you like playing for the Diamond Doves?
I would say that playing for the Diamond Doves was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience and opportunity, and I'm glad I took it. Even if I didn't like the way it ended, I still have no regrets, and I love all my teammates that I made lifelong friendships with, so it was definitely fun. And when I did get on the court, I definitely liked playing, and it was fun to just play in front of a big fan base and crowd. And yeah, definitely something I've never experienced in my life, and I'm glad I took that chance.
Yes, sir, bro. I love that. It definitely was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun as well. I'm glad you have no regrets, you know what I'm saying, as far as the season goes. So next question, bro. Obviously, everybody knows your road to D1, right? That's your goal. That's your journey. So do you feel like coming to OTE got you closer to your goal of playing D1?
I definitely think going to OTE did help me get closer to my goal, just by seeing how D1 players work and what level they're actually at. yeah, I might not be at that level right now, but just seeing how they are, I felt like, okay, it's not impossible. Like, I can get to that level one day. So yeah, I definitely do think it helped me get closer.
Yeah, bro, I see what you're saying for sure. You know, now you kind of got something to measure yourself on to see how much better you have to get. Last but not least, man, I personally get a lot of comments like, how do you handle the pressure of OT, you know, all that kind of stuff. But obviously the pressure isn't even as bad, you know, for me as it is for someone like you, man. Obviously the pressure is crazy in OT overall for any player. But, you know, being Road to D1, being who you are, the pressure is just at another level. So I want to know, the people want to know, how do you deal with the pressure?
There's a lot of pressure on a lot of OTE players, but me especially, with the fan base I have, just going to these games with a bunch of little kids cheering for me and wanting me to score in every game. It's hard because once I get in the game, like if it's a blowout or whatever, I was just being screamed at like, Troy, shoot it, and my teammates were kind of like feeding me the ball, trying to get me an open shot, when that's not really how basketball is played. So definitely, I would say that did take a toll just on how I played and just like my performance in general, because I was basically getting force-fed to just chuck up a shot at the end of games, which is like cool if you make it, but at the same time, it's like what am I really doing? Like, I came here to get better, just grind and play a real game. But, you know, it was still fun.
Hey, I know exactly what you mean, bro. I actually talked about that earlier in the video, how hard it is, you know, to come in at the end of the game and just be expected to make shots, bro. It's hard, but, you know, I'm glad you still had fun with it. I still had a lot of fun playing with you, bro. I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to talk. And yeah, man, I'll catch you soon, my boy. All right, man, shout out to Troy, you know, for coming on and answering those questions. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Anyways, the season is long. You guys pretty much just saw all of our OTE games, right? We had a lot of great games outside of OT that you guys just didn't even see because the season is so long, and you know, we played 20 games before even going to OT. We won all 20. The season is basically just like Troy's crash out, man. So pretty much one day, you know, we're in California. I'll put the clip in here, but Troy crashed out on this dude in California, right? So everybody thinks that Troy just randomly pushed the dude in the back, but really on the play, the dude threw him to the ground and he said something to him, you know, like stay down, whatever. He got up and just pushed him back, right? He's like, what are you doing? So basically, you know, you guys didn't even see the first half of the video, but you saw him crash out. Just like you didn't see the first half of our amazing 20-win season. You saw our 8-12 record in OTE and the fact that Troy didn't play and all that. So you guys just, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. That's why I'm glad I get to make a video like this for you guys, you know, and just really explain what really happened from a player's point of view, and, you know, being on the team. Give you guys that look and that access to, you know, more information that you guys can't get from anywhere else. Overall, you know, I'm thankful to have met Troy. You know, now I have an amazing friend. Obviously, you know, both of us making content, you know, we get to make videos together and, you know, kind of help each other make videos. And hopefully I get to, you know, meet up with him again one day, play on the same team, or maybe in college, you know, if he ends up making his D1 goal, you know, he can come play with me somewhere. We could team up. You guys let us know where you want us to play. If you guys have any video ideas that you guys want me to make, anything that, you know, you think about or wonder what happens in OTE, or any workouts that you guys need, you know, just let me know in the comments so I can make those videos for you guys and, you know, bring you guys everything you guys want. With that being said, this is a wrap on the video, man. I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. And I'm thankful for all you guys. Stay blessed, man. Peace.